A prime number is an integer greater than 1 and has only and exactly two positive divisors. And these two positive divisors will be 1 and itself. Let's check with the integers greater than 1. Our first integer will be 2. Greater than 1, we have first one, that is 2. So 2. The prime numbers will have exactly two positive divisors. That means it can be divided by 1 and itself only. It cannot be divided by other numbers. So 2 can be divided by 1 and 2. That means 1 and itself. And there is no other integer that can divide 2 without remainder, right? So there is no other positive divisor. So 2 is a prime number. Next integer is 3. 3, of course, every number can be divided by 1 and itself. These two divisors are always there for each number. So 3 can be divided by 1 and 3. Do we have any other divisor for 3? Positive divisor? No. So 3 is of course a prime number. Next integer is 4. 4 can be divided by 1 and 4, but it also can be divided by 2. So it has 3 divisors. It cannot be a prime number. Next we have 5. And it has 2 divisors, 1 and 5, and it doesn't have any other divisor, any other positive divisor. So it will be a prime number. We have 6 here. Besides 1 and 6, we have 2 and 3 as divisors. We can divide 6 with 2 and 3. So it cannot be a prime number. Next we have 7. And it cannot be divided by any other number other than 1 and itself. So it is a prime number. We have 8. It can be divided by 1 and 8 and 2 and 4. So it cannot be a prime number. Now if you look at the numbers we have on the screen, the odd numbers are prime numbers here, right? So can we say that all the odd numbers are prime numbers? What do you think? On the basis of these numbers, we might have a conclusion like that. But let's see. 9 is a odd number. It's an odd number. And now let's try, is it a prime number or not? 9 can be divided by 1 and 9. But it also can be divided by 3. So it cannot be a prime number. That means all the odd numbers are not prime numbers. Next we have 10. And 10 can be divided by 1, 10 and 5 and 2. So it is not a prime number. We have 11. And besides 1 and 11, there is no other positive divisor. So it is a prime number. If you look at the numbers here, other than 2, all other even numbers are not prime numbers. They cannot be prime numbers because all the even numbers have a common divisor 2. So all the even numbers will be divisible by 1 and itself and 2, of course. So even numbers cannot be prime numbers. Only exception is 2 because 2 is the number that can be divided by 1 and itself, and 2 is itself, right? So 2 is the only even prime number we have, and 2 is also the smallest prime number we have. And very important thing is all the odd numbers are not prime numbers. Be careful. And 1 is not a prime number. Prime number starts with 2. The smallest prime number is 2 and 2 is the only even prime number. We have to remember some information about prime numbers. First, prime numbers should be greater than 1. So 1 is not a prime number. A prime number has only and exactly 2 positive divisors. Those are 1 and itself. 2 is the only even prime number and 2 is the smallest prime number. Composite numbers are integers greater than 1. Those have more than 2 positive divisors. Simply we can say that if an integer is greater than 1 and not a prime number, that integer is a composite number. If an integer is greater than 1 and not a prime number, that is a composite number. A composite number should have more than 2 positive divisors. Let's have a look at the numbers. Earlier we have checked for the prime numbers. Some of them were prime numbers and some of them were not prime numbers, right? And the numbers we have here, those are not prime numbers. Those are actually composite numbers. Composite numbers have more than 2 positive divisors. That means you can multiply some numbers to get the composite number. Suppose to get 4, you can multiply 2 and 2. To get 6, you can multiply 2 and 3. To get 8, you can multiply 2 and 4. To get 9, you can multiply 3 and 3. To get 10, you can multiply 5 and 2. So in simple words, we can say that the integers, those are greater than 1 and have more than 2 positive divisors, those are composite numbers. The integers, those are greater than 1 and not prime numbers, those are the composite numbers. So here 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, but 4 is a composite number because it's not a prime number. So we can replace composite here instead of not prime. So we have the composite numbers here 4 is a composite number, 6 is a composite number, 8 is a composite number. Those are the composite numbers. So, any integer greater than 1 that is not a prime number, that is a composite number. Thank you.